Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Crypto Corner. It's OJ here, and I've got a couple of good reviews for you here. I'm gonna do reviews on two Bitcoin debit cards that are currently available for customers. I've got many people who are asking me about debit cards since January, when a lot of the companies stopped providing these services. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Let's get started. Okay, so there are two debit card services currently that are available for customers all around Europe, America, I think as well. I'm located in Europe, and if you remember, in January we had a very sudden news coming from Visa that they stopped doing any business with the crypto-related cards, the services that were providing debit cards for users that were able to spend or withdraw Bitcoin directly from ATM, and having the conversion at the point of withdrawal. That was a very useful service, and many people were using this. There were thousands of customers all around Europe and America as well, and all of these companies suddenly had to stop their services. They were not able to provide this anymore because the partner of Visa, Wavecrest, decided that they're not going to operate with crypto related. So I think it was mainly to do with the fact that money laundering is a big issue for many governments who are working, many governments who are trying to regulate cryptos. People who are working with cryptos are being seen as people avoiding tax and doing other money laundering related activities. And this was a big reason why Wavecrest was pushed by governments and regulators to be more restrictive. And I think for a time they were hoping to just change something in their terms of usage or something, and be able to continue business, but it wasn't the case. And it was basically coinciding with also the fact that at the time more and more regulations were coming. There were a lot of problems with ICOs being considered securities and other regulations, especially in America. This was at the beginning of the year, and if you remember, it coincided also with the fact that Bitcoin was having a correction at the time, down from the all-time high in December, which it reached very, very fast, very quickly. It had a very parabolic move, and that was, dangerous. Of course, it called for a correction. That happened, and at the same time, Visa cut off their ties with any crypto-related businesses. That's why thousands of customers were left in the cold very suddenly. And that contributed to the whole decline of the price of Bitcoin, and what some people call it a crash or whatever it is. It's just a correction. We are still recovering from that. We're still recovering from this correction. So hey guys, thank you for joining me live. Hi Ravi, Janelle. If you have any questions, I will check this towards the end of the video when I'm finished with explaining about these two services. So let's get started. We have now two services that recently started having debit cards, and one of them is a service that has been around for quite some time. It's a bank, in fact, it's an online bank, and for a while they were just operating with fiat currencies. They had quite a lot of different currencies that you can hold with different accounts inside, and you can exchange between the different currencies. And not long ago, they added Bitcoin as well. And this is called Revolute. This is one of the services that I'm going to bring to your attention. I'm not exactly endorsing these services. I am promoting them in a way that this is something that helps people. This is something that helps you use Bitcoin and spend your Bitcoin easily. This is something that would be beneficial to you. So it's not an endorsement, but it is, I'm basically spreading the word, creating more awareness about the services. I took some time to try this. This is why I didn't post about it in the very beginning when I first found out about it, which was in the winter. It was probably 3 or 4 months ago. And I wanted to actually test it and see how it works, because it came at the time just shortly after Visa had blocked all of the businesses, all of the companies that were issuing the crypto cards. So I wasn't sure whether this will actually work right and whether it might even stop after some time, because shortly after January, and after BitPay and Verax and Bitwala and Xapo and all of these companies that were working with debit cards, all of them suddenly had to stop working, and they had to start looking for alternatives. Many of them sent out emails to announce that they're working on alternatives. Some of them are working on their own banking system in a way, so that they can issue these cards without having a third party like Visa. And this is also coming very soon. Hopefully we will hear about at least 3 or 4 of these companies popping up, and I will of course update you. I will make another video about that. But currently we only have Revolute, and Verax is the other one. So when Revolute came up when I first heard about it in March or February, it was too soon after that January decision of Visa to pull out, and I just wasn't sure whether their card will be able to, to operate. So for the moment, it's working, and unfortunately, it's not here at my desk to show you the card, but you can see the website here. They have a mobile app, and this is how you operate pretty much everything you can do from the mobile app. You can do your opening of profile, verification of ID. This is something that you can't get away with. You need to do verification with both of the services. Bear in mind, from now on, anything that will be coming up will always be regulated, because regulations are in place in most countries already, and even if they're not completed, they're in the process of being completed. So by the end of this year, I expect that we will have a lot of the different aspects of the crypto market being regulated. So you're not really going to get away with complete anonymity. That you need to be clear about that. But this is a service that is quite handy, because you can still spend your Bitcoin in a much easier way. And if you are someone who is already working with cryptocurrencies to a point where you may be earning in cryptocurrencies, or you've got some investments, or you are getting profits or dividends or something like that in crypto, you want to cash out and you want to make it easy. You don't want always to be having to make bank transfers and then having to wait for the money to go into your bank and then withdraw from the bank. You can actually just operate directly with the card. And this is why, for me, it was a really good service when I was having my Xapo card back in 2017 and 2016. So Revolute is the first one I'm going to review. Then I'm going to talk about Verax. Let's get started with Revolute. They have they have a few different accounts that you can have, quite a few different currencies actually. They have a big list of currencies that you can exchange internally between the different accounts that you have inside your profile. You have the US dollar, of course, British pound, euro, Australian, Canadian dollars, Japanese yen, quite a good selection. What you are paying here is a monthly fee in order to, so you have 2 different options. You have a free option and you have a paid option. The paid card is called a premium subscription, and the premium subscription is the one that gives you the access to Bitcoin. And so what you can do here is you can have a Bitcoin account. You can hold your Bitcoin in that account, and when you decide to be withdrawing, you will swap that Bitcoin internally for your local currency. If it's a euro, in my case it's euro, so I will be exchanging that Bitcoin for the euro. That euro is in my euro account, and my card is linked to that euro account. So then I go to the cash point or go into a shop to pay, and I'm using my card, I'm using the money that I have already put in there. The good thing about that is that I can exchange that Bitcoin for my fiat currency, for the euro, whenever I decide. So if, let's say, today I see that it's a really good rate, and the price has pumped, and I'm expecting that maybe after this pump there will be a correction, so for the next few days the Bitcoin price will be going lower than it is today, I can actually exchange it today, and then in a week or 2 weeks I can be spending the money that I have already exchanged. This is different than most other services used to be, and it's different to Verax, which is the other one I'm going to review today, in a way that with Verax, you have an instant exchange at the point of sale or at the point of withdrawal from an ATM. So this is why it's better for you to be having an exchange that you can do it, at the time when you decide. Because if you have a better price today and a lower price tomorrow of Bitcoin, that means that with Verax, if I'm going somewhere tomorrow and I will be spending that money tomorrow, I will have to spend more of my Bitcoin because it's gone down. So if you are someone who is trading or someone who is looking at the price and wants to take an advantage of this, price swings and the fluctuation of Bitcoin, it might be better for you to go with the Revolute card. What you are paying here per month is, for the premium subscription, is £6.99, €7.99, or $8.99. And then these are the other currencies that, if this is one of your currencies, then you should be looking at these prices here. It could look a little bit steep, right? At first you're thinking that's, £7 or $8, $9 per month. It's a bit much. However, that premium subscription gives you a lot of lower prices and lower fees, or free, even a lot of free transactions and things here. You have lower fee of okay, let me go through the fees. Instead of trying to summarize them, I'm just gonna go through them one by one. So basically with the premium, and before I go into the fees, sorry about that, this is live, this is how my thoughts are all over the place right now. Before I go into the fees, you have a free option where you don't have to pay the premium subscription fee. And in the beginning, you won't actually have access to the Bitcoin option if you're a free member, but you can go around it. If you have a referral link, they have an affiliate site. So if you actually bring 3 friends to this business, you help them grow their business. So they reward you with unlocking the premium option for you without having to pay. So they will unlock the Bitcoin option for you. You might not get all of the benefits of the premium subscription, like some super high exchange limits and stuff like that, but you will get the Bitcoin option without having to pay the premium subscription. So all you need to do is find 3 people that are also wanting to have a Bitcoin card. And if you are connected with people who are into crypto already, I'm pretty sure you know many people who want to have a card. So this is it about the initial fee, the subscription fee. Now, as you can see, even as a standard user or a premium user, a lot of these services here are free. The mobile app, the virtual card, the card itself is also free. But if you are a free member, standard user, then you will be paying a delivery fee. You will be paying an issuance charge of $4.99, and then there will be for the physical card, and there will be a delivery charge as well. For the premium user, this is all free. Then the top-up charges are free, so you don't actually have top-up charges, meaning that when you're depositing money into your card, when you're putting money in there, you don't have to pay for that. And then you have transaction charges, which you will see here are much lower than the competitor, which is Verax. So we have here instant transfers, which are free. We have turbo transfers. Now this is something that is mainly for the different accounts between the different fiat currencies. So let's go straight down to the cards. The cards charges are here, the card fees. So you have a physical issuance card is free. The physical card delivery is £6, and if you have it express, it's 12, which is also very cheap, because back in the day some of the companies were charging me 40 quid for an express delivery and stuff like that. Then you have a ATM withdrawal fee. This is something that you will have with pretty much all of the cards. It's a standard thing. However, here the fee is 2% of the value of what you are withdrawing. There is no flat fee. With the other services and with Verax, as you will see in a minute, there is a flat fee for every withdrawal, and then on top of it there is a percentage of the amount that you're taking out. The limits, again, quite standard. You have a daily withdrawal of 5,000 euros. That's quite a high limit, in fact, because for a lot of the other services, the daily withdrawal was either 1,000 or 2,000 euros. So this is quite high. And you have a monthly spend maximum of 100,000 euros, or it's called the currency equivalent. Now, let's go to the Verax. So this is pretty much everything for Revolut. This is how it works. This is the fees and pricing. You can see it on their website. So make sure that if you are deciding whichever service you're using, you go through the fees, you compare them, you make an educated choice. Now let's go to Verax. This is Verax. It's a very old, well, not very old, but one of the first companies that were issuing cards. And you can basically, it's a company that started in 2015. In 2016, it rebranded. It first started as eCoin, and it was quite a big, it was the first card issue that I heard about. As when it was still eCoin. I think it was in America, and then they expanded to Europe and they rebranded it and they made it known as Verax. They also have their own phone app, so you can do everything from the mobile app. It's actually mainly the way that they operate right now is through the phone app. So you will be opening your account through the phone app. You can open your account online, but you will be doing your verification and everything again from the phone app. And KYC, again, here it's inevitable. You have to do it. You will be scanning your ID or a passport or a driving license. These are usually the documents that they accept. And then you will be doing proof of address as well. You will be proving your number by having a code sent to your mobile number via SMS. So, these are the standard services. And I urge you to do also two-step authentication, all of these security things that, to just make sure that everything is safe and secure, because this is money after all. So, don't be complacent when it comes to security. And with Verax, let's have a look at the fees. Now, as I said here, you will be withdrawing directly, so you can't actually choose the exchange rate. You can't choose to exchange it in the right time, but what you can do is if you see that the rate is great today and you're not sure if it will hold on tomorrow, you can just go and make a withdrawal and take a larger amount and just spend it over the next few days while the correction is happening, because as you know, the price of Bitcoin always goes up and then it goes down because it's correcting. That's always the case. I'm explaining it to people who are not really trading. Okay. Now, you don't, the monthly maintenance fee here is very little. It's not as with Revolut €6.99 or €7.99 or anything like that, but you do have a monthly account maintenance fee. So here it is £1 or €120, 150 USD. So, that is every month. You have also a fee for online purchases in America, but if you are in Europe or in UK, and this is where your card is issued, then you will not be charged for online purchases. The POS, this is point of sale. Basically, that fee here is if your card is declined by an ATM or in a shop. If your card is declined for whatever reason, you are charged this small fee here. This is, a standard again. And then you have the ATM withdrawal fee. Now, it's pretty much the same. In UK, it's first you have a flat fee of 175, and in euros it is 225, and in USD is 250. So this is your flat fee. On top of that, in America, you have another 3% that you are being charged from the transaction value that you are taking out. In UK, you also have another 3% of the transaction value. Actually, not in UK, in Europe. In UK, you only pay 175. So if you are UK resident and your card, because they are based in UK now, if you are ordering your cards in UK currency, British pound, then it's just that fee. Okay, so what else do we have? Outside the Eurozone, these are the fees. And then if you are abroad, then you have these fees as well. ATM decline of Visa, you also have a small fee that you're paying for a declined transaction. And these are just fees here that I mean, you will rarely be charged these fees, but you know, if you need to change your PIN, you have a fee. You know, these are, I mean, on top of the maintenance fee, they're also charging you all of these extra fees for different transactions and things that you're doing. Chargeback payment if your payment is being returned or declined. You know, all of these fees, these are standards. You will notice that if you're comparing cards later on, as more cards come up, you will see that all of them will have these fees. You actually don't have these fees with Revolut. This is the different, you know, this is why Revolut is a little bit more different than the usual cards that were being issued, because they just operate more as a bank than just a card provider. So that's the main difference. Now, if I have to compare them, what I've noticed is that Revolut is generally better for people who are going to work with higher amounts, mainly because of the monthly $6.99 fee. If you're paying that fee, if you're a premium subscriber, and in the beginning, if you don't have 3 people to bring to the business and you can't unlock the Bitcoin option for free, you will have to be paying that monthly fee. So with $6.99 per month, or $8.99 in dollars, $7.99 with euros, it really makes sense if you're going to be working with larger amounts, because in that case, it justifies the fee that you're paying per month. If you are going to work with smaller amounts, then it kind of makes sense to be paying 120 euro, 150 USD. But bear in mind, at the point of withdrawals, you will be charged $225 or $250 in dollars. So in that case, if you're going to work with maybe 1,000 euros a month or something like that, you can make 1 or 2 withdrawals a month, and you can get away with paying less per month because of these fees. If you are going to be making a lot of withdrawals and you're going to be working with higher amounts, then the 3% you're paying here and the flat fee together is really not going to be cheaper for you. So you really have to compare the fees, and you have to kind of make up your mind what kind of user are you. Are you a heavy user where you will be using it every day, many times a day, paying in different shops and stuff like that? If you can see that with Verax in America, you will be charged even for online purchases. You will be charged for point of sale. So you know, it's really up to you. I have both of the cards and I'm using them, you know, at different times. And I'm still in the early days of using Verax because it just arrived, and they only started, they issued that card 2 weeks ago. So it is really, really new, and it comes very quickly, fairly quickly, 4 days to get delivered. Revolut took 3 days actually, so it was even faster. So both of these are good, and both of them are giving you, you know, very similar kind of fees, but at the same time, it really depends on your usage. So yeah, check the fees, make sure that you're aware of what you will be charged, and then make an educated decision on what you want to go with. Or you can go with both, of course. Now, let me quickly have a look at the comments here. I have a couple of questions about the transfer. You can't transfer Bitcoin from outside. This is about Shift. You know what? Shift I actually haven't used because I know that they also stopped their card. So this is why I never actually tried Shift. I'm not sure if Shift is working right now because they were also using the same payment processor as the other, like BitPay and the other providers. So I'm pretty sure that they had to stop their service back in January. Okay, so John, let me see what you're asking me. Verax, do they accept BTC? Let me actually bring this here so that we can all see this. Verax, do they accept BTC transfers from BTC wallets outside the Verax ecosystem? Yes. Like my private BTC account, can I transfer from that? Yes, you can load BTC in Verax, and then you can sell it inside your Verax account directly into euros or USD, whatever you're using. So this is how you basically conduct this transaction. Inside, you first exchange it into your fiat currency, your Bitcoin, and then you go and you spend the fiat currency that you have already have there in your account, in your wallet. So I personally feel that Revolut is the better option, and I've been using it longer than Verax because Verax is brand new. It's only been 2 weeks, so I haven't tried everything with Verax, and I don't know, I haven't compared the fees. For instance, what I noticed is with my old card, which was Xapo, the exchange rate was not very good at all. What they were doing is they were giving you a 5% more expensive rate than what was the international exchange rate at the time. And this was in accordance with Visa requirement, because I spoke to customer services then. I tried to find out why am I paying 5% more every time I transact with my Bitcoin Visa card. And 5% could be quite a difference. When we're talking of Bitcoin costing $10,000, 5% is $50. No, it's $50, right? Or no, 5% is $50 out of 1,000. So we're talking $500 difference, 5%. If I'm right, I'm so crap at math, but you get the point. It's not good to have all of these fees, all of these charges, ATM withdrawal flat fee plus a percentage of your amount. On top of that, have a 5% extra exchange rate. And the exchange rate is something that is very difficult to find out, because there's no way they don't display the exchange rate of the card to you, especially when you're in the shop and you're exchanging it. You don't actually see what is the exchange rate. So you have to go back and compare the exchange rate according to what you paid, how much Bitcoin was taken out, what was the fiat price. And then you have to go and find exactly at that time what was the exchange rate on on the exchanges. And of course, it would really depend which exchange you're comparing to. What I used to do with Xapo is they had an option where you can actually see the exchange rate of the card, and then I would go to Google and compare to the exchange rate that Google shows me, because Google is doing a combined, kind of an average exchange rate from a few different sources. So that was the best way for me, and this is how I found out that Xapo is charging me extra 5% on the exchange. But that is very difficult to calculate with Verax, because you actually don't see the exchange rate that they have. And it's not an exchange rate that they would charge you to exchange Bitcoin for a fiat currency in the app, as in account exchange, but the card payment exchange, that's a different one, and it's a different rate. Anyway, so this is it. This is everything that I wanted to share with you. Hopefully that will help you in making your right choice. Both of these have referral links, so I have my referral links below the video. Please pick up the referral links and sign up with me. You will do me a favor that way, and this is why I am doing these videos for free. I'm not I'm not putting any adverts on these videos, and I keep my content free for you guys. But of course, I'm making some commissions from these things, and this is how I keep this YouTube channel live. So give me the thumbs up if you like the information, and make sure that you're subscribed and you got that bell icon clicked on as well, because without clicking on the bell icon next to the subscribe button, you will not be notified when I'm posting my next video and when I'm announcing even more of these card services, because I'm waiting for 4 more of these card services to be launched very soon. I'm on their email lists and everything. One of them is the Monaco Card, which is they have their own token, digital token. It's being traded. They have a very strong community, and I'm following them on their Telegram and Discord and everything. So I know that they are really tirelessly working towards bringing their crypto card, which will be having different coins, not just Bitcoin. It will actually have multiple coin exchange. So it will be probably, at least they're trying to be the first multi-cryptocurrency card. There are a few other strong competitors for multi-currency cards, and let's see which one will come up first. I really don't know. We'll find out. So as soon as I have news, I will be doing another video, so make sure that you get notified. All right? Okay, well, this is everything for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and thank you for your questions and for being with me live here in this live stream. And for all of you who will be watching this video later on, give me the thumbs up and leave a comment below the video. All right, I'm gonna see you next week in my next report. By the way, tomorrow I will probably be doing an interview with a very interesting guy, so make sure that you tune in. We will be talking about blockchain and alternatives to blockchain, and you know, pros and cons and stuff like that. So that will be an interesting one. It will be just a conversation about crypto. So that will be tomorrow around this time or slightly earlier. I don't know the time yet, so this is why I can't announce it. But if you click on the notify icon, you will know. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.